Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the free Facebook ads training. So I've put this together as a little bit of an inside look into like marketing and running Facebook ads. And I know a lot of people struggle with Facebook ads. It can be a bit of a daunting thing when you sort of open up Ads Manager and this whole thing pops up and you're not sure what you're looking at, you're not sure what to do. So I want to give you an inside into Facebook ads and really like why you run Facebook ads. That's kind of the first thing here. So let's get straight into that. Now I've run Facebook ads for the last like 6 years, and although through my strategies with like organic marketing and organic reach outs and growing my audience organically, and I post content once or twice a day, and I'm very active on socials, and I always have been. My account has grown significantly over the last sort of 5 years, and all it takes is one video to really pop. But running a business on organic methods and organic marketing and you just can't build a scalable business or even a dependable business model if you're not running ads, because with ads you can generate 2 to 10 to 20 to 30 leads every single day, whereas if you're relying on your content for people to reach out, and even if you have an awesome organic structure, an organic marketing structure, and an organic marketing method, like it's still not going to generate the same consistent results that Facebook ads will. A lot of people try Facebook ads, they dip their toe in the water, they kind of half-ass it, they don't know what they're doing, they don't know what they're looking at, and because of that, they walk away saying, oh, ads don't work, ads aren't for me, they're not something that really builds a business. But you look at any major business, right? If I just quickly go, how much does Coca-Cola spend on ads each year? $4 billion. $4 billion Coca-Cola spends on ads each year. And everyone knows what Coca-Cola is, right? They spend 20% more in 2023 than they did in 2022. So they're consistently spending more and more because they'll put $4 billion in, but they'll get $10 billion out. That's a pretty good return on investment. They probably get $40 billion or $50 billion in reality. But these major companies are running ads, and we already know who they are, so they don't need to be running awareness campaigns, but they still, if you look back at like early 2000s movies, like once you start realizing advertising, like you start to see in movies, someone like the main actor will be holding a coffee or wearing a specific watch, or they spend millions of dollars on brand awareness and marketing because they know that they're going to get a return on their investment. So if that's Coca-Cola and they're spending $4 billion a year on ads, and you're David Taylor Fitness and you have 1,000 followers, you bet your ass you need to be running ads, right? So yes, you can have the organic strategies, you can have the paid ad strategies, and really like that's the hybrid model, which I do in my actual coaching, where you're running ads, you're running these organic marketing strategies, and together there's synergy there. And the more people that see your ads, see your content, the more people that see your content, see your ads, and then you can run retargeting ads so everyone that has seen your ads or seen your content gets this new set of ads that's like, hey, I saw that you saw my ad, why didn't you do anything about it? And the retention on that and the attraction on that, I guess, or the conversion rate, I should say, on that is a lot better, because they're slightly more down the funnel, because they've already watched your content, they've already seen your ad, they already know who you are, so you can do more specific targeting. Ads are an amazing thing, and it allows you to scale your business. So let me move on, but really, like, why not? So organic marketing, you're really capped at who is seeing your ads. And if you're doing a whole, like, you're going into Nutrition Warehouse's Facebook page, Instagram page, and you're going into their most recent likes and going into who's liking those and commenting on those most recent posts and following them because they kind of look like your ideal audience for your content. Like that's a very good organic growth strategy that I teach my clients inside the Online Coach Blueprint. However, it all comes down to you going in and doing this, right? You might be able to outsource it to some third party to do that, but then you have to pay for them and you have to pay for their services, or you just run ads, and you can run a follow me ad that says, hey, if you like good fitness content, follow my account, right? You run that as a traffic ad and you'll get like a new follower for like $1, $2, right? I generate like 20 to 30 new followers for my main fitness page, every single day, and that's a follow me ad. So there's a bunch of different types of ads you can run. I'll get to that. I'm getting ahead of myself, but organic marketing, it's good, but it's not going to build you that dependable model, right? So you've got the organic marketing. You're really talking to the same people. If you're not running ads and bringing in new eyes off your ads, and you're just talking to the same 1,200, 1,500, 2,000 people that you have, right? You're just talking to the same people. So you need to be growing your audience, which you can do organically, but you can do with ads even better and even more efficiently. Next up would be the scalability, right? So you've got the actual ability to grow your business, right? Say you're spending $100 on ads, right? That $100 gets you 20 leads. You're getting leads at $5 a click, which is quite low, but maybe it's a messenger ad. So you're spending $100, you're getting 20 leads. And out of those 20 leads, you're signing up 4 people, right? So off that $100 ad spend, you're signing up 4 people. Is that what I said? That's what I said. You're signing up 4 people with $1,000 each. So off that $100, you've made $4,000. Now, if you want to start signing up 8 people a week, all you have to do is increase your ad spend, right? You just turn up the tap a little bit, and that's scaling, right? You increase your ad spend, which increases your lead generation, which increases how many calls you've got booked, which increases how many sales you made, and that's scaling, right? You can't scale if you're relying on organic marketing. You can't scale if you're advertising to the same people. You can't scale and build this business from 1 sale a week to 10 sales a week, or 10 sales a week to 100 sales a week if you've got a team. You can't scale if you've got no ads, right? So very important that you're running ads. The type of ads that you can run. So this line is it's kind of sectioned off, right? So the follow me ad is, running an ad that says, hey, if you like fitness content and you want a little bit of a refreshing approach, or whatever I'd lean into whatever your strengths are, right? So me, I do real simple explained content, not over edited bullshit. So my follow me ad is like, hey, if you like simple content that's not overhyped and over edited, then drop me a follow and I'll see you on the inside, right? Very simple. It gets new followers in. Then you can run these types of ads to actually generate leads. So you've got a messenger ad, which sends people to your inbox, right? And you pretty much run the same kind of ad. It's just a different target for the ad. So you've got the same like video that you're talking about your coaching, or you've got an image that says, we're looking for 10 guys to get in the best shape of their life. You can send them to Messenger. You can get them to fill out an application, right? So an application ad where a form pops up and then they fill out the form and then you've got their details and you call them. Or you've got a VSL ad, which does cost a little bit more to get someone as a VSL lead, but you've sent them, instead of sending them to your messenger where you chat to them, or instead of just getting their details where you call them, you're sending them directly to a website where they're watching this video that kind of does all the heavy lifting for you in terms of like your sales. A VSL stands for a video sales letter. So the VSL really shows them what coaching's about and shows them before and afters and everything like this. And that's a really good way to get someone to book in for a call and sign up to coaching, but it's obviously going to be it's priced a little bit higher. So I always start here and then go to here and then go to here. You kind of like naturally progress. And then there's retargeting ads and lead magnet ads. So if you've got an ebook, right, you've got a 20 recipe, high protein, low calorie ebook, then you can run that as a lead magnet ad so that people put in their details in order to download the lead magnet. And then you get their details. And if you've got your systems and automations all set up, which once again, it's what I do, what I help my clients do in the online coaching blueprint, help get their details and send them to an emailing software like MailChimp, where you've got this 10-day free series where you're sending out emails every day, but it's all automated and it's just there to really nurture your clients and, well, nurture your leads and turn them into clients. Then you've got retargeting ads where anyone that sees this, anyone that sees this, anyone that sees this, anyone that sees this, anyone that watches your content on Instagram or YouTube or Facebook, you can put into a big retargeting ad, and the people that have seen all of this or that have been on your Instagram in the last 90 days start to see this very specific ad. So that's just a few different types. There's not a whole lot. If you like, there's obviously different types of ads you can run if you have like a Shopify store and you're trying to get people to come onto your website and buy things. But for coaching, these are your main ads, which really comes down to knowing your market, right? The biggest thing you can do for coaching as a whole and for your marketing as well is, know who the fuck you're trying to speak to, right? If you're a guy that coaches guys or coaches, men that are getting ready for a bodybuilding contest, right? You wouldn't want to be advertising to women. You wouldn't want to be advertising to people over the age of 40, or, you find your very specific niche, which you can do through Facebook ads. But initially, and this is what I help my clients with, is identifying who, what, and where, right? Who are you advertising? What are their problems? What are the solutions they need? We're really building out this niche and this offer that is direct to that market, so that in all of your messaging and all of your content and all of your ads, you're speaking directly to that person, right? It's like hyper fixating on one specific niche so that you can become the expert within that field. Some people say that's a bit of an outdated way to do things. I don't think they know what they're talking about, because if you're trying to message to everyone, you're kind of specific with nothing. Right? If you're just a fitness coach that will take on anyone, anywhere, anytime, then you can't really be an expert of anything at all, right? So if you get specific with a niche, it allows you to then market directly to that niche, and instead of spending your ad spend over the whole internet to men, to women, to people trying to lose weight, people trying to build muscle, people trying to get ready for a contest, people trying to bounce back after a pregnancy. Instead, we can spend all of that cash flow in one specific area, and it then allows you to just become the expert within that field. And I think that's honestly the best model that you can do for your business. So get very clear on your market, and it's going to allow you to speak to that market through all of these and really, hyper fixate on their problems and on their solutions. And in that field, you genuinely become the expert. So moving on, I want to run you through the numbers real quick. So let's say you want to do 5 sales a week. Now, if you were to do this through organic marketing, who knows? Maybe there's some organic marketing expert that could go, oh, if you want 5 sales, you need to be doing 30 posts a week. Or if you want to run ads, this is how we do it. So let's say you've got a process where someone applies, you book them in for a call, and then you sign them up, right? So you've got 5 sales. So we're going to reverse engineer this, right? So let's say you want 5 sales a week, which means very modestly, let's say that you convert at a 50% close rate, which through the online coaching blueprint, I can help you get a lot better at. You should be closing at like an 80 or 90%. I don't get many no's by the time someone's booked in for a call, and it allows you to not waste time and burn through your energy, right? If you're getting no's all day, it's pretty disheartening. We'll get to that in a sec on how to fix it. But let's say real sloppy, real getting started, you're closing at a 50% rate. If some of you think that's good, that's really not. 10 sales, so you need 10 booked calls. Right? And in order to get 10 book calls, let's say you need to speak to 20 people. Or let's go 15 people, right? You need to speak to 15 spoke to, of which realistically you probably need like 20 leads, right? So you get, working the other way, you get 20 leads, you call 15, you call all 20, but you only speak to say 15 of them. Of the 15, maybe you only book 10 of them, and of that 10, you only sell to 5 of them. Of which, if you're spending, let's say your leads are $20 a lead, you're spending $400 on ads, but you're making 5 sales, and let's say that your coaching is $1,000 for 12 weeks, you've just made $5,000 off your $400 ad spend, right? Pretty fucking good, pretty good. So moving down, how I'd look at improving this, and these numbers are legit, right? Like $20 a lead, and this is what I wanted to talk about. If you're generating leads for like $40, then you need to fix your ads. Your ads aren't good enough. You're not doing good enough ads. Maybe it's your creative, maybe it's the video, maybe it's the copy. Your ads are shit, right? Do better ads, which I do teach my clients how to do all the marketing and do all the sales and really get everything set up, all the systems and automations and everything, which we'll come to in a moment. But if you're not getting leads for $20, if you lead cost is over $20, you need to fix your ads, right? So that's the first thing. Let's copy this and let's move down to how to improve. So let's say you want to improve on the 20 leads to 15 spoke to, or let's say initially we want more leads, right? For your ad spend, you want more leads, you get better at your ads, better creative, better content, better targeting, right? Knowing your ads. There's no point making this ad that's talking to men who want to lose weight and you're sending it to women that want to get big and do bikini contests. Like, know your marketing, right? Which comes down to the actual Facebook ads, which we'll come to in a moment. So let's say you want to improve your lead cost. That is how you do that. If you want to improve this bit right here, this conversion rate, you just dial more, right? You just have to keep dialing people or keep messaging them on Instagram. So I guess that comes down to repetition. Repetition. That's awful spelling. Let's just say dial more. Let's say you want to work on, so you spoke to 15 people, right? And you get 10 booked calls from those 15 people. Realistically, I'd want better leads, right? Which comes down to your actual marketing and knowing your niche and knowing how to run specific Facebook ads, plus knowing sales, right? If you know how to do booking calls and how to book people in and just the genuine conversation side of it, I'm not talking about manipulative sales skills. All my sales skills are very genuine and I think there's a big difference in between like American sales skills and Australian. I just think Australians can really smell through the bullshit, whereas Americans kind of eat up the sales skill. They love that kind of shit. Whereas in Australia, like I just have a feel that people can smell through the bullshit. So, but you'd want to know how to actually navigate a booking call and booking people in and qualifying the right people and making sure they're right. But up until this point, it's really just better leads, knowing your marketing, getting repetitive with the dialing, or like maybe you dial, you send a text and then you dial again, right? What's that actual process from getting a lead to booking them in to doing a sale, right? Very important. So let's say we want to then work on this, because realistically, if you were better at your sales, right? This massive skill, if you were better at your sales, then if you had 10 people booked in, you should be doing like 7 or 8 sales. In which case, you'd have spent the same amount on your ads, but you've signed up 8 people or 7 people, and you've just made an extra $2,000 or $3,000 in sales volume. So you'd want to get better at sales. You'd want to get better at marketing and understanding your market more. You'd want to just get better at the actual process, right? So once you've got the leads, right, you're spending $20 per lead, $400 on a lead. If you get better at the sales, if you're doing 7 or 8 sales, and off that same $400 ad spend, you've made $7,000 or $8,000, right? In which case, if you want to do more than that, then you can start to scale and increase, which I'm pretty sure is the next bit. But if then if you're spending $400 to do 7 or 8 sales, 400 for 7 or 8 sales, double it, right? So with ads, you can then scale your ad spend, right? So let's say you do $800 on ads, then realistically you should be doing 14 to 16 sales per week, right? Which is $14,000 to $16,000 a week off $800 on ads, right? Of which is all very possible once you know the systems and the frameworks, and you've actually got one of the biggest things is the actual business processes. So many coaches just think they're influencers that post content, and they don't know how to take a viewer and turn the viewer into a lead. And then they don't know how to, let's say they've got the lead, right? They've said, oh, I'm taking on 5 new clients. Oh, that's very exciting, apparently. They're taking on 5 new clients, but they don't know how to take the lead to a sale. So you need actual systems and processes in place to take a viewer to a lead, and a lead to a sale, right? Or a lead to a client. So moving on, this was something that, this second thing is what we're just talking about. You need a business plan that's actually going to work for you, right? If you have 2,000 followers, yet you're listening to some influencer, the only reason why they're successful is because they have 500,000 followers, their advice is going to be very different for you. Their business model is going to be very different from you, or for what's going to work for you. Because a lot of coaches, or a lot of these online fitness personalities that have 500,000 or 1 million followers, really they have like a $5 a week training plan, an app that you sign up to for $5 a week, and it's all computer generated. It's run by Macroactive, which is just this automated system that they pay for, and then they're signing up people for $5 a week. But if they're signing up 0.5% of their following, which I'm sure they're signing up a lot more, right? It's all just conversion rates at that point. If they have 1 million followers and they sign up 0.5% of their following for $5 a day, they're making a lot of fucking money. Yet they don't know about how to actually turn a follower into it's a very different business model. I'm sure they do know some things, but they don't know how to actually build out a business based on having 2,000 followers or 3,000 followers or 4,000 followers or fucking 500 followers, if that. Right? So there's a lot of, fitness influencers at the moment doing these kinds of courses, promising that they'll teach you how to scale up to 10,000, 20,000, 50,000 a month, yet they didn't do that kind of business model, right? The business model that I do is $80, $100, $120 a week for coaching, because it's more premium. You're actually working with a coach, right? There's also coaches that charge $200 a week for coaching. So it's definitely not high ticket, but it's not the $20 a week kind of, or $20 for a 12-week plan like a lot of these fitness influencers do, right? It's just a different business model. So don't fall into the trap of listening to, an influencer that's been blessed with 500,000 followers. If you have 1,000 followers, you need to be taking business advice. This is my opinion. You should be taking business advice off someone that has been there before, that has built a business based off having 1,000 or 2,000 followers, and that will give you the business plan that actually works for that model, right? So introducing this, there's no hard sell here. I just want to run you through this thing that this pretty cool thing that I've built out over the last 4 months, 6 months. That's taken 6 years of knowledge, and it's been crammed into this online coach blueprint course. But basically it's everything from A to Z, right? There's a lot of coaches or fitness business coaches that will teach you the marketing or the sales, or they'll be like, oh, you shouldn't run ads. Let me teach you the organic marketing strategy. That's just one leg of what I teach you in the online coaching blueprint. So we go through everything from the actually, let's start back here. We actually build your program, right? We build the program, we come up with the niche and the niche, and that we build out the offer based on your skill set and the niche that you want to go after and help. And then we build out the offer for that. We go through, I haven't even mentioned it here, but there's a whole aspect on mindset and actually but creating this strong mindset that you need as a coach to actually succeed in the war that is business, in the sport of business, right? You can't just post a few things every day or every week expecting to be making 10,000, 20,000 a month from your coaching business. You need an actual business system in place. You need a strategy. You need a business, right? This isn't just posting and praying. So we build out the actual course and build out, how you do the training, how you deliver the training, how you deliver the nutrition, and how you do the check-ins and everything, right? And then we come up with we build out the service and the systems that you need in order to be successful, right? So all the systems in place, all the apps, all the legality side of it, setting up payment processes, building out the systems to take a lead and send them to MailChimp, and all that automation that a business has, right? And then we do all the marketing, right? Coming up with the niche, the offer, the ads, this is the hybrid model. So we go through the ads and organic marketing strategies, and then how to actually nurture a lead so that if they're not ready to sign up today, they'll reach out in a week or two when they've gone through your whole nurturing system and have become a bit of a cold lead, and now they're a raging hot fan, right? And then, most importantly, how do you take those leads and turn them into actual clients? So everything to do with sales, the actual, A to Z from a lead to a sale, how that flow happens, how to deal with objections, objection handling, and pre-framing and seeding, and little techniques that are going to help you just guide this lead past their bullshit, right? Because we all have bullshit, and if you don't know how to deal with that bullshit on a call, that's when you're going to be converting at a 50% rate. But if you get better at your sales, that should be like we did here, 7 or 8 sales out of those 10 booked calls. Which, if you're marketing to the right people, if you're attracting the right leads and the right clientele, then you're going to be able to convert at a higher rate. All in all, just makes more money and builds a better business. So that's just a little bit of a hot lap around the Online Coach Blueprint. I do have a video that'll run you through that on the actual page, and it'll go through the whole course and really show you what the ins and outs are. But even like there's a whole part of the course where I teach you and show you how to build out your own website. So, people charge 10, 15 grand for a website. I'm going to teach you how you can do your own website and build it all so that you have that instant adjustments and you control everything. Because when you're running a coaching business, just a little icing on top, if you're running a coaching business and you're making 10 grand a month, right? That might seem good. But if you're spending, let's say you have to pay your marketing agency 2 grand a month because you never learned how to run Facebook ads. So you're paying them 2 grand a month, and then you're paying your website developer $1,000 a month, or it costs 10 grand up front, so you're kind of in debt. Then you're paying all your other things because you don't know how to do any of this, right? As a coach, you should know how to do all the business stuff yourself, because if you're not having to pay a marketing team, if you're not having to pay a website designer, if you're not having to do, you make all the money. That $10,000, that's yours. So through the Facebook ad side of things. So I just wanted to make this very clear so that when you do run an ad, you actually know what you're doing here. But essentially you have your campaign level, you have your ad set level, and you have your ads. So your campaign level is just like where you select what kind of ad you're going to be running. Remember when I said there's lead ads and then there's traffic ads where you can send people to your Instagram, which would be, if I can do it, I can't do it, but you can send people to your Instagram through that. You can do lead ads where you're actually generating leads and sending them to your messenger or sending them to the Instagram DMs or collecting their information. So then if we go to the next phase, then we'll be looking at the actual ad set level. So if we click into the ad set level, then we can click messenger, and then this will send people to the messenger. We can adjust the budget, and then we can also start to talk about the actual audience. So if you go to the original audience options, because the advantage audience option, Facebook just decides what it should do, but we like to keep it old school and we like to direct it ourselves. So if my niche was men from the age of 20 to 40, I'd go men I'd go 20 to 40. I'd go into men, and then I'd use this detailed audience, this detailed targeting to find what my audience would be interested in, right? So if they're interested in bodybuilding, right, my ads are going to target them, right? So if I click this, I'd want the one with the biggest audience, bodybuilding as a sport. I could do anytime fitness. So now that anyone that likes bodybuilding pages or Anytime Fitness on Facebook, this ad is going to show up to their Facebook or to their Instagram, right? You can also go in here and change like where you want the ad showing up. So you can do manual placements, and you can say, I just want it showing up on mobiles. I just want Facebook and Instagram. Don't worry about the other ones. I don't want it in a search result. And that would be your audience and your placement. By the way, I know this is a very quick overview, but got to save something for the online coaching blueprint where I teach you how to do this step by step. And then we'd go in here and we'd upload a photo, we'd upload the text that we want. But what text should you use? What photo should you use? What video should you use? What creative should you use? Well, that's up to yourself, and or if you have a good coach that'll guide you through this and come up with a step-by-step process for you to make really good and really effective ads, well, then that's your decision. But what you need to know, you have the campaign level where you choose what kind of campaign you're doing. You've got your ad set level where you're choosing the audience and where you want it to go and the budget. And then you've got the actual ad level where you're making the actual ad. You're doing the text, you're doing the image, and how you want it to appear as. So if you online coach blueprint where it is a one-stop shop, A to Z, from setting up an ABN, setting up your website, setting up all the business side, the business setup side of things, and all the automations, succeed, all your marketing, creation, the program delivery, literally everything that you need, right? This is the main thing. The online coaching blueprint helps online coaches build, launch, and scale to $10, $20, $30, $40,000 a month. And when I say that, I mean absolutely everything. From A to Z, everything you need. So if you do want to book in for a call so that we can have a chat and sort of see where you're at within your business, see what roadblocks we need to work on, see what we can tweak, then what I want you to do is go watch the video and see the inside into the online coaching blueprint and book yourself in for a call. That'll be directly with me so that we can have a chat, see where you're at with your business, see where you want to go, and see what we need to do in order to get you to that 10K, 20K, 30K plus every single month. So hopefully you want to make sure that you actually walked away with some value. So hopefully you have. Please, if you want to know more about the online coaching blueprint, click the link below, watch the video, book in for a call, and I'll talk to you very soon.